Hey guys, it's got the rash here again, and it's next week. We're gonna continue the build on this two-part cannon. We've got the Damascus bar in here now, which I think you saw at the end of the video, or are going to see at the end of the video. It's still rendering right now, and I'll be uploading part 1, which is this, and then part 2 of putting it together at the same time. So the first step we're going to do is just face this off. I've got it sticking out farther than I'd like, but I'm going to need clearance down in here. So I'm guessing about where it should be. It's like I got to clean off my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. But yeah, I got the clearance set hopefully right. I don't like having it this far out, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, so now we're gonna just face it off. As you can see, I've already rounded this bar once, but I'm gonna have to go over it again to get it to where I want. So I had a few people asking me how I did it on the last one, because as you can tell, I have a manual lathe. So what I did, I cranked my compound all the way over to 60 degrees. This will be our first cut. Now most of this 60 degree is just going to be lost when I drill it anyways, but I'm still doing it. Gotta clean this up a little bit. Got some crud down in there. Yeah, all the bronze from last week is still on it. I didn't clean it up. Now I'm not sure what metals this Damascus is. I think one of them's 1095, but the other I don't know. What did I do with the? There it is. Top. Okay, that's not usually where I like that. Let's see, right there should be good. Now I'm driving this with the compound. Puts it in a little bit of an awkward spot, but that's okay. Good right there. So that's our first rounding pass. Now we're going to do the next one at 40 degrees. And mainly this is just to cut like a facet on it, so when I go to sand it down, it's easier in sanding later. Okay. Now to change my tool orientation, so I've better clearance. Don't have to worry about driving the back of it into the chuck. Okay, let's just get it to kind of close. There we go. See how that is. Okay. Good. Now we're going down to 20 degrees. Like I said, this is just to get the rough shape in there, so that when I go and do my my sanding, it's a little bit easier later. As you can hear, the bar ain't completely round. It is hand forged, so okay, like that. Then we're gonna taper down the outside, and then I'll do the final, you know, seeing where I like it and all that crap. So let's get this over back to 0. And I want it smaller than this, so it looks good. Most of this project is looks, nothing, you know, super critical or nothing. So we'll see. How big are you? 1.02. Yeah, that should look good. 9.5-ish. 9.6. Okay, so we'll just square it up, and that should be good. There we go. Square it up where I want. see how you're looking. There's a little spot right here that I'm going to have to knock off, but other than that, that's okay. So let's take this down to, I don't know, 10 degrees ish, roughly. Less than 20, more than 0. And we'll take that little edge off, get it nice and trued up. Maybe I'll bring it a little bit farther in. Looks pretty good. But now, of course, I gotta I don't know. I gotta hit the tip of it a little bit more, kind of even it out some, but I like that. Go about there. I mean, it is going to have a 1/2 inch hole in the middle of it, so a lot of it doesn't really matter. Like all this down here is going to be drilled out, so that's kind of whatever. I like that. I like that. That looks good. Looks good. Okay, and then we'll go back to 0. Now we do have one critical measurement on this part. Well, more than one. We have the OD of the part that's going to sit inside of here, and the height of that shoulder needs to be right. That'll look good. So we need to get that OD a couple thousandths over where I want it. So when I press it together, it's really pressed together. This is probably the worst way to do this. You know, press fitting something that's got an explosion going this way. I should have made this shoulder, made a shoulder on the outside diameter of this, and then done the idea of this, but I don't know how I would have held this part to machine the from this direction. So that's why I did it this way. It is not a good way of doing it. I know that, and this is a one-off piece for me, so whatever. Now I know I'm going to lose a lot of this because I have the taper, so I have to account for that taper, so I have to start like down here and machine up to this shoulder here to get the taper the way, or not the taper, the shoulder to where I want it without having too much issues with that taper. So, let's see. Right there is going to be where I start. so I get a nice shoulder to go off, I'm going to turn it off between cuts. Chatter is what I was worried about, having it out like this, but not really anything I can do about that. Now what I could do, I could change my cutter. Machine it down to close, and for the final pass, you know, then machine the shoulder up to where I want it. Final pass it with that one. I think I'll do that, as long as the clearance is still good. Okay, that'll work. So let's see. What am I aiming for? 691 at the biggest. So I'm going to go for 692, 693 or so. Let's move you over. Put some of this crap on here. See. Definitely likes this insert better than the other one. Just doing very light passes. The damascus tends to chatter and be pretty hard to work with, so. Now I'm just going to check to see where we're at. Okay, so we're aiming for, yeah. 3. Still got quite a bit to come off. Also hot still, so I'm gonna have to let it cool down before I do my final cuts. Seven. So 7.3. We'll take another 10 off. 20. That's 7.1. Whatever. Now it should be at 7.1 something or other. 7.17, good. So, let's see. That's got more than enough depth, right? Yeah, that's plenty. Okay, so now we are going to drill it. Change you over to millimeters. .40. Okay. So we're going 41 deep. See how that goes. Oops. Yeah, a little squirty bottle. There it is. at 35 now, so I'm going to push it. Almost to the target 41. There we go. They're both the wrong keys. There we go. 5/16. 3/16 to 5/16. And then we'll try. Okay, let's turn you off. Cutting pretty nice. Much nicer cutting than the bronze was. That's it for depth on that size. Do I want to just jump up to, or do I want to do 3/8? Yeah, let's do 3/8. Yeah, I'm stepping it because my machine's not super powerful or nothing. It's also not as rigid as I would like. See, it's getting hot. Chips are coming out straw. Not coming out blue though. But they are coming out that straw color. Coming up. Get that up, that's it. our depth, so that's good. In a hard spot there, which is kind of strange. Let me spray some oil down in here. Then we're gonna do our 1/2 inch and take a break. Let it cool off. Oops. Come on. Play nice. I gotta slow it down. No, I really didn't like the noise it was making last time. I gotta. Oops. Gotta just deal with the crazy noise, and I don't like that noise spot. got that drilled to depth. I'm gonna need to face off a little bit more of that so it rounds out nice. Yep. Hat. So let me just flip this cutter around and we'll do some facing. I'll use that cutter actually because I'm going to need it to, while it's hot, I'm going to clean up that edge so it's nice and flat the way I want it. I'm not going to touch this part yet though. That I will need to let it cool down some. Where's my brush? There it is. We'll get these out of the way. Oh yeah. Turn the speed back up. Back up to 500. Yeah, for the drilling we went down to 150. Okay. Kind of want to give it a little chamfer for that. I need the other tool. Knew there was a reason why I wanted to use that other tool. Knew there was a reason for it. Sadly, I did not remember the reason. There we go. Bastard. That should be good enough. Okay. And that's good. It's just to clean up the edge and all that. I am going to have to make a plug for it for when I'm doing the etching. I think I'm going to change you out. Where are my inserts? There it is. I think I'll change my insert out for a carbide. Was using a high-speed steel. I have a feeling carbide's going to work much better. These are what? T9125 inserts. And I forget what holder it is. It's from Little Machine Shop though. See, it says on here. It's 35-degree profile, right hand, left hand. Doesn't say. VCMW are the inserts it uses. So we're using the VCMW inserts. Right now I switched it out to the carbide. I was using high-speed steel, which was probably stupid because it is high carbon steel we're machining, but oh well. I've done dumber. That's nice. Okay, and there we are right on the edge. Oh, that's going to be a problem. I didn't think about that. Will this one fit? Yes, that'll fit. Okay. Forgot there's going to be a lip, a rounded spot in there from the cutter profile. So I'm going to forgot to chamfer the inside of this. So I'm just going to use my little countersink and one of my drill chucks by hand and cut a bit of a chamfer just so I can when I press it together it's not going to get hung up on that spot. Damn it. Dropping shit. Now this is a trick to make holding stuff like the countersinks and whatnot a little easier on your hands. Oh no, that's the same size. Oh no. That one's not going to work. That one's too big. Too big. Crap. I guess I'll have to do something different. Don't worry, I know what I'll do though. I have a plan. I just need to figure out the way of doing said plan. That'll work. Yeah, that works fine. Okay. Okay, good. Alright, so now, as I said, we're going to be taking a break because this is still a bit warm. And I want to let it cool down so I can get my final OD of this correct to fit this, because that is important. Alright, so it's been a while. Again, we're going to do another check on the etch here. Okay, I could see some bubbles on the top. It's looking pretty good. Feels pretty good. Yeah, I think I like that where it's at right now. So, let me just get some paper towels to kind of put it on for now. Go rinse it off, and I will be right back. Okay, so you probably heard the washing machine go. Makes that little song when it's done. Oh yeah, that's real nice. Okay, so now you can see it. That's the pattern. I mean, it's still got some of the paper on it from washing it off, but the etch came out real nice. Let me close this up. Move it out of the way. Alright, so the bottom's off. That's not so great. It etched down here too, which I didn't want. But the bore looks pretty good. Okay, that'll still hold, it looks like. Okay, got that off. Yeah, the bore is not etched, which is good. That's exactly what I wanted. So, okay, now I'm going to go press this in with my arbor. That's going to look really good. Actually, no, I'm going to polish this first. So, let me swap the battery out and bring you over to the polishing station. Find something that will fit. That I can hold it with. That'll work. I forgot. I gotta drill the touch hole before I do the polishing. So we're over here at the drill press. So, there we go. It's just the touch hole. Now I'm going to deburr that and go over this again with some of the sandpaper before buffing. Alright, so here we are at the buffing lathe. Turn it on. Charge that one up. this right now. And we're going to do the white diamond now. Should be all polished, yeah. Very nice. Okay, let's clean up the ejector catch area. If it was a real bullet, that would be where the ejector would catch on. Okay, so there we go. That's all nice and polished up. You can see the shine off of it. So now, I'm going to move that a little bit. I gotta clean up this edge. Because we are going to use the arbor press to press it together. That is what I got. I would like to have a hydraulic press that I could really put some force into it, and then I could have, machined it even bigger than I did, so it would fit together even better. And sadly, I don't have that. So my little arbor press here is the best I can do. There we go. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. It can pull it apart. It's not what I wanted. Shit. Shit. Guess I'm maybe gonna have to... I'll try epoxy. I don't think epoxy's gonna hold. But that's what it'll look like, or should have looked like. That etch got down on here, and that really screwed up my dimensions. So I'm only playing with like a couple thousandths over. But that looks really good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna epoxy that in and hope for the best. We'll find out.